Body Within. I'm here today to help out with some stretches for hips and lower back. Many of us have started to work from home now and are realizing that our home office isn't quite as comfortable as our office. And so, excuse me, today I would like to share with you a couple ideas as to maybe how to give your back and your hips a little bit of relief. So the first stretch that I'm going to go through, the first of four, the first stretch is called Pretzel, or it's at least a very gentle modification of Pretzel. You're going to start with your legs in what our trainer Belinda likes to call cheerleader position. So you're going to tuck a leg in front and wrap the other leg around. So you can see it here, or a little bit closer from the other side, your legs will be wrapped such as that. Now, from Pretzel, once you get your legs wrapped, you want to take your hands and place them on the outside of that front thigh. Make sure that you kind of lift, the hip presses forward, the posture is nice and tall, and then extend yourself down towards the floor, coming to a rested position on your elbows. From here, you can stay for 4 or 5 long breaths. You can stay up to 30 seconds if it's feeling really good, a minute. Just make sure that you breathe and you relax. Don't let any tension build in the legs or the back. Try to breathe in, soften, relax so that the stretch can take place. So you're going to do it on one side, and then obviously you'll sit up, flip, and do it on the other side. The second idea for another stretch is coming into a crisscross position. You want to make sure that when you sit in your crisscross position, you can feel a sit bone, one under each cheek, and you kind of just saw me not so subtly move some stuff out of the way so that I can root myself over those sit bones. The very first thing that I'm going to ask you to do is just bow forward, let the hands slide along the floor, and drop the crown of the head, tucking the chin, and then just relaxing forward. From here, you want to stay for, again, 4 or 5 nice, long, relaxing breaths. Then you're going to walk your attention over one side of your body. So if we walk over towards the right side of the body here, I keep my chin tucked and I'm reaching my forehead towards my knee. I also want to make sure that I'm reaching nice and long through this left arm, and I'm rooting back through my left hip. I don't lift or pull off that back hip. I press through my left palm, I root through my left sit bone, and I breathe deep so I can feel that left side of the body open through the back strap and down into the lower back, kidneys, hips. Of course, I stay there for 4 or 5 breaths, and then I move myself over to the other side, and same thing. As I reach to the left, I root through that right hip, lengthen through the right arm, and press to that right palm, all the while breathing deeply. Number 3 for your exercises is taking cobbler stretch or butterfly, bringing the soles of the feet together. The very first one, you just want to let your knees drop. Now, some people will be kind of up here, they'll be very tight. If you're up here and you're kind of crunched into your position, the very first thing that I want you to try to do is just bring your posture tall. And then eventually you'll start to work on getting those knees down. If sitting in this tall posture is a stretch for you, just stay there and enjoy it. If you need a little bit of help, you can always back yourself up against the wall to draw your knees in. Sit and breathe. But if you're in this position and you're not feeling much and you want to go a little bit deeper, you can take the feet, keep them together, but slide them out a little ways away from the body. You can slide your hands underneath the shins, the calves. This will give you a little bit of leverage to pull the body forward. As you begin to pull the body forward, tuck your chin and round the back here. The ultimate goal is to get the crown of your head in that little bowl between the arches of the feet. It's not necessarily that you get there. You're just aiming towards that posture. Don't bounce or anything like that. Just a nice, steady, easy breath, drawing the body forward, holding the stretch and breathing. Feeling nice stretch along that spine from the back of the neck all the way down to the hips. Now, my very last stretch that I'm going to give you for hips and lower back release is an all-time favorite for many people. It involves having your legs sliding up the wall. In order to get here, I usually just kick my hip and tailbone up against the wall and then just give myself a little bit of a kind of half flip so that my legs can come up the wall. This is it. This is the stretch. For a lot of people, this can be very soothing. It releases their lower back. It helps kind of gravity play a little bit of a different role on the body. You can keep your legs up the wall for as long as you'd like here. If you don't get much of a stretch and you want more, you can always take a bolster and put it behind the heels to give yourself a little bit more. Or if you need extra support, you can always lift your hips and put a bolster underneath the low back and hips for some support there. Now a little bit of a twist from legs up a wall. If you would like to get into a nice deep hip low back stretch, you can do an assisted figure 4 from here. Meaning I'm going to take one leg and slightly bend so that my foot is flat on the wall. I'm going to take my other leg and bring it up and over. Ankle crosses over the thigh. And you can kind of see how my hips have started to lift. So my goal first is just to try to relax my hips down onto the floor. This is enough of a stretch for me here. I really would have to work on breathing and relaxing, but if you want more, all you need to do is take that foot and slide it down the wall, which I can't do, but you might be able to in order to open the hips. And again, same thing here. Hips are heavy, tailbone relaxes towards the floor. Get those hips to relax, soften in the belly, soften in the shoulders, and breathe. For as long as you stay on this side, you can flip that over, take the other side. You may notice a difference from one to the other, not uncommon, nor is it right or wrong. It just is how it is, and we stretch to try to bring that back into symmetry. Once you get finished with both legs on that assisted figure 4, do finish with unfolding, taking the legs up the wall, a few simple breaths, and then hopefully at that point your back is loosened up and you can go back to work. You guys have a great day. If you have any questions, please write to me. You can write the questions below, and I hope all goes well out there.